wanted to choose to stay angry, which I realize now that it was not beneficial to me, but for some reason it's hard to let go. And I think the reason is because we're more comfortable in our discomfort. It's scarier to let go and to be happy, which you may not realize at first, but once you dig deep, it's like, okay, I don't know what to expect. I don't want to let myself be happy because I think when something hurts me, it's going to hurt worse. But in fact, it's not true. The hurt's going to be the same whether you allow yourself to be happy or stay stuck in your anger and sadness. That was a really big thing for me to learn, that step into the joy, be vulnerable, and it doesn't mean it's always going to be great, but you will celebrate the great things.
I decided to come to withdrawal management as opposed to doing it on my own because I had tried the withdrawal process alone numerous times and I was tired of the direction my life was going. So I wanted to go to a comfortable place where I could be free of the stressors of everyday life and focus on the process.
Within the scope of our practice, our first goal is certainly to medically and safely detox people so there's not the dependency on their substance of choice. And knowing that people generally after that process may be transitioning back home, back to work, or possibly they're not ready for that and they need to go to something like residential treatment or supportive housing. So what our focus is certainly to listen to our clients, assess their needs, and hopefully help facilitate that next step for them.
The way I viewed myself when I walked into the program is I had low self-worth, I didn't feel very good about my past, and I didn't feel like I had much hope. They had knowledgeable staff there, they knew all the symptoms that I'd be experiencing, they were able to help me through all those. There's support staff to help me through the process all along the way.
Bridgeway is a 42-day intensive program where a person comes in here perhaps broken, maybe lost. And at the end of those 42 days, they discover who they really are, their true self, their child self, if you will. They find hope, they find purpose, they find meaning for life. They discover ways to live in which they no longer need a substance to fill that void.
Addictions they're sometimes what is considered the wound. We want to take a look at what's causing the wound. Bridgeway concentrates on the wellness side of getting healthy, on getting back to more complete life that encapsulates biopsychosocial, spiritual components in a person's life.
We use an iceberg model to illustrate that, the tip of the iceberg is the symptoms. But more of the iceberg is below the surface, which you don't see. And so we get at the root of the problem. This could be trauma, childhood abuse, or anything like that causes a person to create shame, to have negative core beliefs, and we need to heal all of that.
People come to Bridgeway after having been through our withdrawal management services to then learn strategies that will help them in their everyday lives as they go back into their families.
Intensive residential treatment services has the ability to be able to expose behaviors or patterns that normally wouldn't be seen at a 1-hour session once a week with the professional.
My role here at Bridgeway is a transitional counselor, and it came out of the recognition that just like addiction doesn't take a day to start, it doesn't end on the day they leave treatment. So the major focus of my role is to make sure that the person who comes into treatment leaves with a proper community set up to help ensure their success.
Residential treatment gave me a safety net. It gave me a place to stay, a comfortable, felt like home. It also provided me with the opportunity to meet other people. I was really good at isolating. This way I had to be around others that were like me. It was a safe place. I could be me, I could share my experiences, and I could get help.
A person that's considering coming to residential treatment services typically has tried counseling before. They've either gone to an A&D counselor, or they've worked with a church group, or they've gone to 12-step meetings, whatever their approach was.
Mostly the people that we see in our residential treatment are fathers, mothers, grandparents, aunts and uncles. So they're all part of a family and part of our community.
At Bridgeway, we have a fully functional kitchen, great food, within a buffet-style environment. Our psych ed workshops are done in a living room environment. Our therapy rooms are incredibly comfortable to be able to do the work that's necessary. At Bridgeway, we really want to make your residential treatment as relaxed as possible. Some of the new components that Bridgeway added to our program is that we've incorporated yoga, we've incorporated a lot more physical fitness, we've got more of a family focused program, so we'll invite families to come in and participate in the healing process. We've also included a transition program where we're able to better transition people once they leave treatment. Oftentimes people feel like they're cocooned, and this transitionary process is just a better way of ensuring that people are able to transition back into their life and incorporate some of the new skills that they just learned.
If someone's contemplating coming to Bridgeway, I would counsel them to be sure that they are ready for change, that they're at that point in their life where they're determined to make a change. This is not a place necessarily for contemplation, it's a place for work. And we like to get down and do some deep work immediately, because we only have the 42 days to work things through.
What I love about this job the most is probably the connections that I make with the participants. You know, we see them from when they first come in from intake, and the changes that they make from the time that they start to the end is incredible. So, you know, a lot of people come with not a lot of hope, and, you know, throughout the program they gain confidence and tools to learn to be successful when they're out of here. Just the connections that are made through working with them and seeing them on their graduation day, full of smiles and full of hope, is really the best part of my job.
What we hope to achieve at Bridgeway is that when a person leaves here, they discover the real person that they were created to be. They discover their worth, self-esteem, and that they have value and they have a purpose in this life. It's more than just leaving here sober. It's replacing something with something better.